the Flash isn't the fastest man in existence. There are some other speedsters that still manage to beat him. And we've also included some that aren't as fast as the Scarlet Speedster. So, here are the fastest characters in the universe, ranked. Let's dive right into it, shall we? Number 10, Saitama. Even though he became famous as the One Punch Man, he's also super fast. Now, we're not going to be comparing his running speed. What we're going to be comparing is his jumping speed. In the fight with the ultra-powerful alien named Boros, when Boros knocked Saitama up onto the moon, he saw only one way of getting back: jumping. As he thrust his feet off the surface of the moon, the entire surface cracked, and in the blink of an eye, he was back on Earth. It took him 1.5 seconds to come back to our planet. If you consider that distance between the Earth and the Moon is 238,855, and Saitama only needed 1.5 seconds to come back, then that would mean he was traveling at a speed of exactly 159,236 miles per second, which is close to the speed of light. Number 9, North Star. Compared to Saitama, North Star is faster by a small margin. He can travel at a speed of 182,282 miles per second, which is 99% the speed of light. But who is North Star, and where do we know him from? Well, back in 1979, Marvel's The X-Men released comic book 120, and in it, North Star was part of the Canadian superhero team called Alpha Fight. And this is not the only ability the mutant possesses. He can also fly and project photonic energy blast. His twin sister also has the same abilities, but they're not as powerful. And as a side note, we should mention that he is one of the first superheroes that smash that like button like you should if you haven't done so already. But no, he was actually one of the first openly gay superheroes in comics. Number 8, Gilpet Perdon, or the Runner. Some people say that he is the fastest being in the universe. Some think that he has infinite speed and can outrun anyone and anything. However, due to his conservative nature, he doesn't prefer running faster than the speed of light. He's the first heron on this list that can travel at the speed of light. Now, here's a little backstory to this golden man with the weird name. But he is one of the elders of the universe, which means his race developed shortly after the Big Bang happened. The exact origin in his story is unknown, but he is part of the eldest beings in existence. He once admitted to being 5 billion years old, which means he is relatively young for an elder. Number 7, Supergirl. What do you mean, like a race? There are several versions of this character, and she is still incomprehensibly powerful in all of them. She was first introduced back in 1959, and she was presented as Kara Zor-El, a Kryptonian that's every bit as powerful as Superman. Even though her powers do not match those of the son of Krypton, she is still very powerful. Now, we could find the exact measurements of her speed, but we could safely assume that she is just slightly slower than the Man of Steel. If we're talking about the TV version of this superheroine, then we should mention that her speed is nowhere near the speed of light, let alone exceed it several million times. Number 6, Superman. By when Bruce said, the Man of Steel can arguably be considered one of the most powerful people in the universe, but he is not the fastest person alive. In fact, he's not even in the top 5. But how do we measure the speed of the son of Krypton? For that, we will take a look at the new 52 comics, where Superman flew from Vega to Earth in just 10 to 15 minutes. Since Vega is about 25 light years away, and he cleared that distance within 10 to 15 minutes, that would mean he is capable of reaching speeds that far exceed the speed of light. We did some calculations, and that is equal to 52 million times faster than the speed of light. Imagine how fast Barry is. Number 5. Silver Surfer. One of the top fastest beings in the universe is the Silver Surfer. The humanoid alien was once named Nord-Rad and lived on the planet Zel-La. When Galactus threatened to devour his homeworld, he made a pact with the most powerful being in the universe. He received some of his powered cosmic, got a metallic skin, and a surfboard-like spacecraft, which helps him travel at speeds millions of times faster than light speed. He had a change of heart when he came to Earth, and the Fantastic Four helped him turn his life around. Before that, he was enlisting planets for Galactus at about 500,000 light years in a few moments. Number 4. The Berry Flash. Ready? Get set. Go. Here's the Scarlet Speedster, folks. The so-called fastest man alive. Truth being told, he's the 4th fastest being alive. In the show, his top recorded speed has been 2,532 miles per hour, which puts to shame the number we've mentioned here. So, how did we come to this number? Well, in one of the comics, the 532,000 citizens of Chongqing, North Korea, were almost killed in a nuclear blast. But the Flash managed to save them all. He made 532,035-mile-long round trips to and from the explosion and saved every human being. If you crunch the numbers up, you will get a speed that's 13 trillion times faster than the speed of light. Number 3. The Wally Flash. Even though he saved an entire village, he still couldn't beat Wally West. This guy managed to run at a speed that is equal to 23 and followed by 42 zeros behind. We don't even think there's a name for the speed that Wally was running at. But some have renounced this achievement simply because Wally West borrowed the speed force of about 95 million people, and Superman, Jay Garrick, and others on top of that. Someone even calculated how much speed he borrowed, compared that to the speed he actually ran at, and this was the speed he came up with. 23.75948851999999999999999999999999999999999999999999. How do you even read that? Number 2. Shazam. Why the hell would we place Shazam before Flash on our list? The answer is simple. His name consists of the initials of the all-Greek gods that he took the powers from. But that last M in Shazam stands for Mercury, and if Mercury is just as fast as the Roman god of speed, Hermes, who basically ran laps around the Flash in one comic book issue, we can safely assume that the Flash is outdated. Shazam is the actual super speedster that no one can defeat. But hold on a minute, we forgot about one person, or Hedgehog. Number 1. Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm Sonic, a little ball of super energy. This is the absolute fastest speedster in the entire world. While doing research for this video, we came across a lot of angry comments that said you cannot defeat the Flash. The Flash is the fastest speedster that has ever lived. Well, think again. Sonic the Hedgehog was capable of clearing 1,000 universes in a second. And since no two universes are in close proximity to each other, we would safely assume that Sonic crossed several million to several billion light years in just a single second. At speeds like that, all of the quills on his back would come right off. And yet they all remained on his back. And this blue lightning ball could run faster than some of the most powerful superheroes in the universe. On a related note, we wanted to know which of these lightning-fast heroes is your favorite. You can tell us in the comments section below. If you'd like more videos like these, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of them. And as always,